It's Ronnie, and welcome to Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And if you'd like to check the layouts out on Instagram, it's hashtag OTBWPP. And the thing is to use things that are on your board on Pinterest, and it was created by Crystal Barrett. And this is the layout I plan on scraplifting. It is by Joanne Bartell, and she did use simple stories. I will be using 49 and Market, so there will be a difference. And she scrapped a picture of her grandson. And isn't he cute? He's adorable, especially with that cap on. Hat. It's a hat. I am going to scrap this picture of my adorable grandson, Jason. And I am going to use that pie die set that Debbie gave me. And also those Tim Holtz skinny, I think they're called skinny alphas. I am going to use my favorite a leaf punch, and it is by Pink Fresh. And this is, that cattail one is just one I've had for years. And then the uh, other one is the chicken wire, and it's by um, Anne Marie Designs. I will double check on that. And also, like I said, I'm going to use 49 a Market, and it's going to be countryside. Oh, and I didn't mention the memory box uh, mini varsity alphas. And on her, she has plaid down the middle. Well, I had this paper with plaid, so I cut it. And I did have a plain paper. Well, 49 Market is not going to be plain. Katie Petite is going to decorate the background, but it did not have any chickens on it. And I remembered there was one after I started pulling everything out and planning on going more along the lines of Joanne's layout. And so I'm going to be working my clusters around the chickens on here because I wanted the chickens to show since Jason does have a chicken in his arms. I'm using this distressed grid die, and I believe it's by, uh, oh my goodness, my mind is just not working this morning. It's kind of on the early side. Crafter's Workshop. I use that double edge Martha Stewart punch and cut out this scallop. She has a scallop punch on hers, and I just cut mine in half so I didn't have to cut two. And I'm going to put them on each side of that piece of paper. And instead of putting mine right in the middle, I'm putting it over to the left a little bit. I'm making sure I'm not going to get it on top of that one rooster, but I put it off center just a little bit. I hadn't planned to put my title on the upper right, and I knew my title was longer. Well, the more I thought about it, since I was using those skinny alphas, I decided it wasn't going to fit there. I needed just a wee bit more room because I am going to include that pie with it since it goes so well with my title. Uh, I'm gutting these pieces because, I don't like to waste the good stuff. White cardstock, I can cover it up any day and not worry about it if it's the cheap stuff that I get from Walmart. But if it is something more fancy, I might think twice about it. I am putting two layers behind there, and I'm going to goof right here, and I'm not going to notice it till the video editing comes along. I had it planned to take that green and put it to the right. And so it's going to get a little close to that rooster just because I put it to the left instead. And like I said, I didn't even think about it till I was doing the video. And I thought, oh, how much better it would have looked towards the right. But as you can see, I put liquid glue on there, so it's going to stay. I cut down one of the tags so I could use it on here. And see how everything's just kind of hanging to the left? That was not my intention. I was watching videos on TV while I was doing this, and I think paying a little more attention to them than what I was doing. There's that pie die set. I used a die cuts with a view metals, and they're not very shiny, and it reminds me of a lot of the less shiny metal. Well, that's what it is, less shiny metal. Anyway, I used it for the pie crust because it reminded me of the old-fashioned ones. And I also used, this little part on the back is going to be craft cardstock. So the other is just a light tan, and I inked it in tie-dye so it looked like the edges got a little dunner than the middle of the pie crust. And I put foam tape behind it because I wanted to set up just a little bit because I am going to be tucking, yeah, tucking my rub-on in there and add yet another rooster to this layout. This one looks so much like the rooster he was holding that I could not resist using it. I mean, how the feathers look kind of variegated. Yeah, it didn't have the white so much, but the rest of it, it looked like it. I first used some of those rub-on splatters, and then I went ahead and put the rooster down because these rub-ons, you can go on top of each other and you can go over cardstock too. So you've got a few options that you can do with them. And there's those tall, skinny letters, and I just love them and forget about them sometimes, but I wanted to use them today. And I just used some cardstock that matched the rooster up there on the left. And the title says, I Have Supper. And Jason had caught this rooster and has been told many, many, many times not to chase and catch those chickens or roosters because he could get hurt. Well, I already did a video of him getting hurt, and this is one like, several years, 4 years before then, where he was lucky that long. But I couldn't resist putting a pot pie down there. And oh, and did I mention that his aunt is the one posted I have supper on Facebook, and she's the one who posted this picture. He was out visiting them on their farm. But I couldn't resist the little subtitle, chicken pot pie with the rooster on top of the pie. But I wanted to use that die. This is so cute. And I put the chicken wire on here, and that chicken wire is by Marianne Designs, and it is out of England, so it is kind of hard to get. So I did notice Art by Marlene has one now, and it's a little more rustic than this, not perfectly shaped hexagons. So it's really cute. Uh, I added some greenery there on the right and got sidetracked. Do you see any greenery on the left? No. So when you see the photos at the end, you will see the greenery and the bumblebees. I forgot the bumblebees. But by then I already had my card in here and uh, was editing on the video. Let's see. Oh, I put the wagon wheel down there and another rooster. Like I don't have enough roosters, but I like them on a layout. My mom collected rooster and hen salt and pepper shakers. She had a few hundred. She loved roosters. Um, in that little cluster there, I have, well, there's a sign and it has stuff like countryside, hen house, greenhouse, pasture, and homestead. Y'all know if I'd been making the sign, it might have said roosters, 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 because, free range roosters do get around, and there are quite a few of them at times. Um, let's see. Oh, I am putting that cattail on there, although uh, I cut it apart because I wanted different pieces so my sign would show and also the wheel would show. It's not showing great. I did kind of cover it up, but I'm putting them on there, and I'm also going to put a little thing that says happy moment down there across the bottom. It's green. I thought it looked cute, kind of blending in and just kind of being part of the grass there, because he was happy here. He was not so happy in the other one where he got his face scratched. And he hasn't been chasing him so much anymore. Uh, but it's surprising it took that long. Let's see. I'm cutting apart my pink fresh branch there. I really thought I might not cut it apart up there by the picture because, it's pretty long. It did get cut apart. I did put a pretty good sized piece there, though. And you can see that branch punch, well, there's two. One is the larger one, which is EK Success, and then the smaller one is a Tim Holtz one. And I forget to use any of the smaller ones, so they do not make it on the layout. So if you're looking for them, They're still laying over there in the tray. But while I'm finishing that off, I want to mention that down there below, you'll find the master link for the playlist for all the videos created this month for Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, who is Crystal Barrett. And lots of inspiration down there. And maybe you'll find a new channel or two to be watching. But looking again up there at Joanne's layout, she did use two photos and I only had the one. I thought about cropping the chicken or Jason and making them smaller and just have two of the same photo, but I decided just to use the one photo instead. And you can tell I kind of stuck to it though, as far as putting clusters to the right and the left of the photo. Now my pie, I just couldn't do much but put it down there on the bottom. And yeah, it is the cutest little thing. And I did add one sprig of greenery because, in my mind I was thinking about pies sitting on the windowsill. Uh, oh, I am adding another rub on up there and it says enjoy life's simple pleasures, and chasing chickens and roosters can be a pleasure. I remember chasing them when I was a kid and being told the same things that Jason had gotten told. But yeah, those little banty hens, I think they're called, those were the meanest. I mean, they were horrible. They did not let you near their eggs or baby chicks. But that's it. That's my layout. I did have a lot of fun creating it, and Joanne's definitely inspired me when I saw that months ago. I mean, months ago, maybe a year ago. It's been a while, and I've been planning on lifting it ever since. And um, there's Jason holding that rooster. And there's the wagon wheel with rooster in the sign. Isn't that the cutest thing, though? That wagon wheel just looks so rustic sitting there, and that rooster would find something to crow off of. And there's the other rooster that I added and put him on top of the pie. Well, if you set a pie on the windowsill, you can look straight out and see whatever's in the yard. And there's the greenery and two of the little bumblebees of three that I did add to the layout. Whew. And there's the other bumblebee. And there is a circle item over on the left of her photo and one on the bottom right. And I seen this in there, so I grabbed it out so I could add a circle item to mine. And that's it. That's my layout. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope y'all take the time to leave a comment down there below. I always appreciate reading those. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that too. And if you are not subscribed to my video, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. And thank you all for watching my video today. It means a lot. And be sure to check out that link down there below and find lots more creators that want to share their layouts with you too. Have a happy scrappy week. Bye.